Hi, this is Jack Green Spot Andre, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do predictions for you, let me know in the comments below. Domino's meowing at me. Meow. Just a reminder, we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark it down on your calendar so you don't miss out. And just remember that we had our time change here in Canada on Saturday. So hopefully you didn't miss too much last show. If you're in a different part of the world that doesn't do that time change thing. So let's get to the card of the day. We have energy flows where my intention goes. Very nice card. It's a card I picked at random. Okay. So where's your attention going? Good question, right? So lots of people here. We got the rumble going. I think we have people over there watching as well. So awesome stuff. So let's get into the first question of the day. Somebody had asked the question about alpha shares, Bitcoin mining. So we got Bob Job. Hello, Bob Job. Marlon. So it seems that Alpha shares Bitcoin mining, which is I forget the country there where it's from. I should have wrote it down. But if that person comes here today, they can fill us in where it is. Um, it seems that the health of this particular project, there's some nefarious things going on behind the scenes, which is going to be affecting the outcome of many of the people that are using it. Okay, so it's going to be a huge disruption to the many of the people that are maybe mining with. If it's one of these alpha shares Bitcoin mining systems where they do the mining for you, a lot of those are scams. Okay, not all, but most. So picking up this one, it has some weirdness going on behind the scenes. So buyer beware on this one. Financially, I think they're not so great, but according to the cards, uh, they're having some trouble because some secrets are coming out about this particular product from the past. Um, but this one you might want to really check into before really putting any money into it. Um, because there's probably better ways of making cryptocurrencies at this time without having somebody else do the mining for you. People that are involved in this one, I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be walking away from this one, actually. Um, there's going to be a change in leadership coming up very soon, and it may be fixing many of the problems that it has right now. Okay. But I'm not counting on that anytime soon. So that was Alpha Shares Bitcoin mining. Should be okay, but it'd be one that I wouldn't get involved in, really. Okay, let's get into the next one. Make sure that we're asking lots of questions for today. Now, the New World Order is something that was on the news channels about Saudi Arabia and China and Russia. Okay. There was a few news stories that they're going to be changing a lot of the way they do business together. Okay, so they had announced that they're going to be getting rid of the American dollar, especially at this wonderful time, and just doing business amongst themselves. So moving forward, what does this really mean for the rest of the world? moving forward outside of the it's more of the BRICS nations that are going to be benefiting from this collaboration. Maybe we should get into the BRICS. You never know. Okay, let's have a look. Now, the health of this venture is going to be uh, good for them, bad for us. A lot of the cards are showing that it's going to be an abrupt change for many of the world moving forward, especially the United States that have been rather the not the people, the government, and naughty to all of those countries over there. Um, and because it does have that death card, okay, and in their future growth at the United States Western world. So at the end of the Western world is starting to happen, as you've been noticing on the news, and we're going to be getting to that in a minute. Uh, but it's going to be the right mixture of elements for future growth for those countries: China, Russia, Brazil, and Saudi Arabia is going to be tied up within that organization. I remember a long time ago, uh, Vladimir Putin and Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia doing the high five to one another at a world conference. It was at that moment that he said, "Uh-oh, this is when everything starts." And yes, indeed, it does. Several years later, now we're seeing the results of that high five that they both did to one another. There's probably YouTube clips out there about that have that uh, picture, but hmm, I think as that result, this is why the American dollar is going to be failing and failing horribly. And this is going to be leading into the next thing that we're going to be talking about very, very soon. Okay. So, um, and this could be the world shift. I think Europe's going to be starting to get more and more into the BRICS nations as well, coming up very, very soon. United States and Canada are going to be the last ones that are going to be doing that, unfortunately. But it's going to be a mad rush by the end of this year of joining up with the BRICS. Okay, so just be aware of that. It's going to be a very strong union, and it's going to be very dangerous for the rest of the world. That's not part of that situation moving forward. Okay, so let's get into the next one. Banks go boom. I think there was some indicator that some more banks are going to be they're signaling that they're in the danger zone. I've said for quite some time that the banks are going to be uh, going bye bye, and here we go. So, yeah, not many people online today. Maybe my Rumble participants will ask some questions too. I'm looking at them um, just to help out. So, could be that time change that's knocking everything out. You never know. Anyways, long time ago, I've said that banks were going to be collapsing. The old system will be not the greatest. And there were some indicators I was watching redacted where they were talking about this, and it could be lieu of getting into CBDC. Okay, this could be the dream that I had of the dancing girls and the monkeys and all that. It could be not about cryptocurrency. It could be about CBDCs after the dust has settled on the banking issue. Okay, uh, that they would be promoting the CBDCs as a safe way of doing banking in the future. Blah 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 blah. And that's probably what my dream meant about uh, the dancing girls and the monkeys and the singing fish and all that sort of thing. Commercials, right? Uh, that's probably what it will be. I'm thinking that CBD still do not think CBDCs will be a huge thing, okay, for most of the population because they're going to be seeing right through that silliness. Even the most dense of people will start to see that and moving forward with some new system that we're going to have to do. I know me and the wife are pulling out as much money as we can out of our bank account, the extra money, okay, and putting it in safe location. Could be Bitcoin, could be gold, could be silver, probably some of the best places to store your money or just have some cash on hand. Maybe that's what me and the wife can do with that money we pulled out yesterday with, just to have some on hand, just in case. Uh, kind of financial advice, more of a protecting yourself, protecting your own ass in this time.
Services only.
What's that?
For entertainment purposes.
For entertainment purposes only. There you go. We covered our butts. Uh, so this may be the opportune time to start really cranking down on protecting your own butt for the next wave because it's going to be all over the place. Okay. Even though Biden, oh, it's fine. No, it's not. Even our Kristen Leland, our finance minister here in Canada, don't worry, it's fine. No, it's not. This is a continuation of the 2008 crisis. They didn't actually fix that. I was on the kind of the front lines of that. That's when I was learning to be a financial advisor when that happened. Okay. They didn't fix it. All they did is start printing more money and start giving money to everything and everything to basically put their finger in the in the leak of the dam. Now that dam's going to be bursting very, very soon. And this is why we're seeing cryptocurrencies fluctuate all over the place. Today went up to 36,000 Canadian. That's probably like 24, 25,000 American, and now it went down a little bit, and probably went up. It's probably going to be going up. Every time that a bank is in trouble, you're going to see the banks go or the cryptos go. Okay, um, people, I can't understand that banking and crypto are two separate things. Okay, so and of course, there's probably a lot of people with sell orders at certain points. When it goes up, it triggers a sell moment or uh, trigger. All everything going at a certain period of time. That's part of what you're seeing, and then people selling cryptocurrencies just to pay the bills, and that's something we've already discussed many, many times before. Okay, so let's see the first rate. Is this to get us into CBDCs, the safe alternative? Okay, this is how they'll type it. This is how they'll bring it into existence. Okay. Hmm. Yes, they're going to try that. Okay. For some reason, there's the white hat card right there in the amongst the cards. It's going to take a long time for them to actually roll it out. Maybe another year or so of banks collapse till they actually bring it out. So within the year or so, they'll be promoting the CBDCs. I haven't seen any promotion of CBDCs on the TV or anywhere. So you would think they would start advertising that. So by the time they buy the entire economy of the banking system, I guess that's when they'll start to really start ramping up the advertisement of CBDCs. But I feel people start to figure it out that it's a bunch of people are always starting to pull out their cash in the wife. When the wife says, let's pull the cash out, that's what we do. And we got to only take out 1,000 per day.
Tell them everything.
Huh?
Don't tell them everything.
Oh, right.
Please.
Anyways, uh, giving all the secrets away. Darn. Um, yeah, maybe do something along those lines if you want to, for entertainment purposes only. Anyway, it will start to fall flat on its face around the world because people are starting to understand and not trust politicians for one, and not trust banking industry number two. And with all this malarkey going on, I think people are going to do what they naturally do and panic and pull their money out and put it somewhere else. This is when we're going to start to see cash flow into other assets. I know gold and silver went up today quite a bit. Um, was there a discrepancy on the time?
Well, we're Canada and they're UK, so that's all.
Hmm. Okay. That time change that we just had here in Canada, I don't know if it's worldwide, uh, really did a number, I guess, for the last show. Next question I want to see. Yes, they are going to be doing the CBDCs for at the end of this cycle, the chaos. Now, the next thing I want to see how many more banks are going to be collapsing. I think we're going to see about 5 to 10 more banks in the next little while. I think all banks are going to be affected, okay, in some way. Because you have to remember they're all interconnected with one another. So when the Federal Reserve comes in and bails them out, they're using our money basically to bail them out in a roundabout way. It's not really going to work out the way that they had planned. Okay. There's too much mistrust in the government and too much mistrust in the banking industry. So it's going to be falling flat on their face. Okay. And I think that patching up all the little holes everywhere is only going to make it worse. Okay. So by the end of the year, we're going to see a whole new banking system that's kind of the crumbled version of what we have today and being rebuilt. So it's going to be the crash and then the rebuilt. And this is where our whole new world is going to be coming from this instance. Okay, so expect many more banks to be collapsing over the next couple of days. for people like Marlon who like to trade the cryptos as it's going up and down. I think this will be an opportune time for many of those people who like to do trading on the crypto exchanges because it's going to be swinging wildly. Last show, I remember I said, get the Spurs and the cowboy hat. It's going to be a Bronco ride. It's going to try to buck you up. So um, don't lose heart. Don't lose faith. Don't be scared. Be prepared. Okay. Do all the things that you would think of. Protect yourself, and you will be fine. Okay. So, yes, expect much more chaos, and the cryptocurrencies eventually will go because everybody's lost trust in the old system. And we've been saying that for quite some time. Okay, I think that was the last one. Into the homework for next Sunday. Many of you weren't here. I wonder why. Probably the time change. But that's okay. Last show was still pretty good. We had some good, really good attendance and a lot of good uh, psychic work on the last one. It was the Pentagon, the last show. The wife was pretty close. Holy smokes, she even drew a picture. She's an awesome artist, I tell you. So make sure when you're doing the remote viewing, you can draw pictures and stuff. Okay. Just to describe the things that you're picking up about the target. So this is what we have on this side of the frame. It's 879217 is the new target number for this Sunday show, where we have the remote viewing practice show. It's what's in the envelope. So we're going to use our psychic abilities. And we're going to be picking up what is the target by focusing on the number over here. Okay. So you're going to be describing the target. You're going to be describing the colors, the smells, shapes. Is it square? Is it circle? Is it a triangle? Is it natural? Is it man-made or a combination of the two things? Okay. Describe in great detail. You can draw great pictures to bring it to bringing out that psychic ability and all the different assets that you can do. Okay. Uh, the object of remote viewing is not to label it. See, it's a red pen. Okay, that would be known as an analytical overlay. AOL, red pen. And then you would go back to describing the target. Bob Job, did you get a fancy hex shaped doily? Doily. Ah, okay. Thing you put on your side table. So that'll be this Sunday. We'll hopefully come out. Still 10 o'clock Central Time. So adjust your time and we'll be just peachy keen. Okay, let's get on to the chat. So Tarn asks, I'm going to check my Rumble feed. Still got like 3 people over there. Hello. So Taran was asking about Mancoin. I guess it's an AI coin. How will it perform? So let's get into that. Oh, by the way, I got a, what is it called? A copyright warning on one of my videos. So just to make sure you go onto my Rumble channel and all the other channels, just to make sure if this one goes, you can go watch me on the other channels as well. I'm pretty much everywhere. So go to securinesfounder.com and you'll find all of our channels listed. Just in case. It's like the banking industry. You got your cash, a little bit of cash in there, and you got your cash in other places, just in case. Dick? So always have a backup plan. The wife reminds me of that all the time. So getting back to Mancoin. I think the health of this particular cryptocurrency is actually going to be doing rather well health wise. I think it's going to be one of the better of the type that it is, the niche. So there's a whole slew of AI coins that are coming out. I think this is going to be one of the better ones that's going to be coming out uh, in the future. It's, along with many of the other cryptocurrencies, is going to be bunking like a bronco for the next year or so as the dust settles on the banking crisis and all that sort of thing. So there's going to be really good opportunity to get into this one, not financial advice, and for entertainment purposes only, uh, if you want it. Okay? That could be a good trading point too. Obviously, it goes up and down with everything else, like a bucking bronco. The people that are involved in this one, I think, are going to be doing very, very well, according to the cards. And they're going to be showing a lot of new initiative and a lot of brand new ideas that's going to be shaping that industry into a much better industry overall. I think there's a lot of AI coins that are coming out, which is just a token, and they stuck AI on the side with a staple. There, look, it's an AI coin. Woo! I think this one's they're actually going to be integrating all the things into a nice package. That hopefully, will work. Because, uh, crypto platforms don't work all that well half the time when they first come out. So I think this is one of the better ones that going to be out there. So have a look at it and tell me what you think. Okay, what do we got next? Why would anyone keep millions in the bank after this? I don't know. That's a good question. This is a great way of losing millions in the bank because remember I said in one show not that long ago that uh, around June-ish, we're going to start to see what they call uh, buyback instead of using other the Fed's money. They're going to be using your money to pay off the bills. That had been many experts have been saying around June 30th. Okay, when that starts to happen, oh boy, all the rich people are going to get a phone call. You might want to drop by tonight and pick up your money and put some other place. We won't tell the other people. All the rich people, because rich people got money all over the place and lawyers. So, um, yeah, come get your money out. Next day, which is usually the Friday, because you can't knock on the window on Saturday or Sunday because they're closed. Well, you can, but nobody will answer you except for a security guard. Um, this is when they're going to start to take your money away from you and pay off their bills, and they might pay you back. Okay, so it's up to you guys what you guys want to do. Maybe you want to shuffle somebody in different places on your own wisdom. Okay. Uh, so hopefully that helps you out. The market doesn't seem right. Like an artificial pump, we are going to see a major drop soon. Yes, and then it's going to be going up and down and up and down and up and down. Kind of what I said previously, that's going to be like a bumping Bronco. You notice when the bank was going down that the cryptos went down as well. Okay. And then when Biden and the Federal Reserve came in and patched it up with some bubble gum, that everybody went, "Shoo, the banking industry is fine." And it went back up, right? Oh, something happening on my Rumble here. We're watching. Cool. Um, so you're going to see a whole lot more of that pumping and dumping and pumping and dumping and all that sort of thing moving forward as more and more banks are signaling. There's four more right now that's signaling that they're in the danger zone. And I don't know why people are doing this. They're going, "Oh, I got to take out my Bitcoin." Why? It's it's not connected to the bank. That's the safe place. So that's part of it, and part of it is to do with when it does pump. Everybody got their sell orders at certain levels, and it'll once it reaches it, it go whoop because it's usually automatic these days. So what do the cards say? Yeah, it's going to pump, and it's going to be all over the place. I don't think it's going to get to that 14,000 anytime soon, but it is going to be all over the road like a drunk driver. Well, let's throw some cards down because you request. Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's artificial pumping and dumping. Uh, Partially. We got the magician smoking mirrors. Okay? Scaring you out of the system, scaring you back into the banking system because it's safe now. Um, you're going to see a lot of that. So for people trading it, going to do this. Not bad for trading. Okay. Just ride it out, buy it when it dips, buy it as it sits. When it gets up to a certain point, take off the top. Probably don't put it in the bag, into something else, and just ride that wave. It's got to be nutty for the next little while. Okay, major drop comes soon. Yeah, but not to the extent of 14,000. Sorry. Uh, I think that's all the questions. Thank you for that. Hi, Andre. Psychic Samantha Jane says to get out of the UK because life is going to get hard here. Yeah, she's correct. But where do you go? I think UK is going to be affected much deeper than many of the other countries on the planet. It's basically the canary in the coal mine for the rest of the world, or a world that's not part of the BRICS. Um, it's gonna happen everywhere. It's gonna be first seen on the smaller countries, and especially UK. But 3 cards. Wherever the place that you can go next, especially Europe, a lot of countries are pretty close to one another. It's not like Canada where it takes you forever to get to the other place. Um, yeah, Germany or France or something. Just drive around. Go to UK to France to Germany, Italy maybe. Um, but yeah, UK is going to be facing some of the worst of this particular situation coming up. And this is why their failed CBDC thing that they introduced not that long ago failed. I think everybody in the UK sees their baloney. Um, it's either you have to go to a neighboring country, which is a little easier for somebody in Europe, or ride it out. I think you're going to see even worse uh, situations in the UK as we move along. Um, and hopefully, you've been preparing yourself, like I've said in the very beginning of this scenario. Team up with your neighbors, your friends, your family, help each other out, and maybe look for other places to hide out in for the next little while. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out.
I want to know how long it's going to last.
What's that?
How long will it last?
How long will it last? Uh, as long as it takes to get a good politician. So never. No. How long? 3 to 4 years. That's the first thing that came to mind. Plus, we got the Three of Swords, which is you, your goal, and something coming between that. So everybody's focusing on um, the goal of making everything right. I think something's going to be coming between that. You might have to look for other places or other means or a parallel economy away from the government. If you're waiting for the government to do something good, you got to be waiting a long time. Okay, so this is so what's the British say? Yeah, stiff her up her lip, get her done. Start to do things on your own if you cannot get out of the situation that you're in. Okay, or the location. 3 to 4 years, and that's probably because the people have done the things that they need to do. Hi, what does UK zombie banks mean? Haven't heard that term in a while. Zombie banks are just banks that are moving along that have larger entities. They're just doing the day to day thing and not really doing anything special. That's what's known as a zombie bank. Basically, doing the bare minimum. And we're going to see a lot more of that. A lot more smaller banks are going to be bought up by the bigger banks. And we saw that with EFT, I think the bank is. Silicon Valley Bank was purchased by a UK bank, of all things, for £1. So BC at each, I can't remember the name of the bank that bought them, but it was a larger entity that bought a little one. And remember back in the couple of shows, many shows ago, that I had said that you're going to be experiencing larger banks buying all the smaller ones. So they may have a different name on the front, but it's actually owned by a larger entity. And we're going to see a lot of them coming up. Okay. Uh, this is where we got lots of new partnerships, a lot of happy days. And this is probably going to be helping to straighten out many of the banking issues that you have in uh, the UK within that 3 to 4 year period to get everything back on track. Um, with the zombie banks being bought out by the larger entities. Better, but not amazing. Amazing would be that you got your uh, wealth in other places. HSBC. Thank you, Marlon. So that's what they mean by a zombie bank. Okay, thank you for that. Could I get a 3 card reading at all on taking my daughter back to Australia? Is it still looking good as we have legal meetings this week about it? Thank you. The legal proceedings will go very, very well for you. A lot of things are going to be uncovered. You got that moon card, meaning things coming out of the darkness. Okay? So many of the secrets that the other person has been hiding, let's just say it that way, will be surfacing. Okay. And it's going to be leading into some better situations for you and your daughter. Okay. Because we're going to be really observing the things that are coming out. Okay. So if you have any of that stuff to bring forward, now would be the time. And I think everything is going to be done on time. Okay. Uh, for some reason, there was supposed to be a joining of forces with another person and the significant X, um, but it fell through. And I think this is why the switch around. Okay, so things going forward, keep going forward, and I think they'll be just fine. Okay, thank you for that. Can we get a reading on pendle coin? I think it was to do with DeFi. Okay. At our crypto meeting, we are talking about DeFi, staking coins. Did you know you can stake your coins on your ledger? I would find a lot better than putting it on some cockamamie exchange somewhere. Uh, don't know much about the Nano Ledger Nano. Uh, but if it's a cold storage wallet, stake things on there, probably more to my taste. Look it up on the actual coins that you can stake on there. With all that DeFi goodness. Pendle. That I don't think you can stake on Trezor. Sad. Anyways, getting back to Pendle, by the looks of it, it seems to be a pretty good cryptocurrency for its intended genre of coin. Good partnerships happening and some good money to be made with this one, especially right now when everybody's kind of afraid. People moving into other things like gold, silver, crypto, and maybe having some cash on hand just in case. And I think this is going to be one of the better ones. We got that world card, okay, which is the world is your oyster. That's basically what that is. So it's going to be one of the better of its type. Okay? All the different coins coming out, it'd be one of the better ones that's going to be coming out of its type. People that are involved in this one, I think, are going to be doing very well. There's going to be a little mishap somewhere along the way. That's going to be frightening a lot of people because of programming. Uh, They're going to be working through that. So there's going to be a nice dip outside of the normal ups and downs that we're going through right now. I think they're going to have a bit of a dip of their own making because of some technical error. So it would be a good time to get in, and seeing that in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Hi, Andre. The stable coins, some psychics say, will go to 10 cents. Um, where can you put your money if you want to take advantage of the big drop to come? Three cards. Um, your back wallet. That's where I keep mine. We don't really use stable coins, so for that reason, especially right now, it's a little too hot. If you don't do a lot of trading, you just see, oh, it's down. Put the money in. So we have the benefit of having a cryptocurrency bank right here in the city. So we're to, I for some reason it came up again. Uh, a lot of people before stablecoins came along, a lot of people were putting it into XRP as a stable, using that as a stable coin because it's pretty, it doesn't fluctuate too much. That could be an option for you. That's something that came to mind. If you're a little leery of the stable coins right now and they're being under attack by the banking industry, nothing wrong with the stable coins. It's just the outside entities coming into the works and may make a big mess of things. XRP or anything along those lines could be an answer to your quandary. Okay. Or even, I don't know, Dogecoin. Kind of flat mostly. I don't think it fluctuates too heavily, not like the bigger does. But I remember a lot of people are using XRP, so hopefully that helps you out. Where are we going next? Will we be able to cash out our cryptos easily, even if CBDCs are here? We'll be able to buy properties and do all of this. We can do shopping now and buy everything with cryptos now. There's many. You just Google it for your area, and there's places to pay all your bills with crypto. So there's really no need for a bank anymore. A little bit more of a pain in the ass because you got to do this, do that, and it's not like the old financial system all automated. Uh, you can get paid in crypto. you're working, take a paycheck, and it goes to a place called Bit Wage, I think it's called. They take your check, like a automatic transfer, takes it, gets you your crypto, puts it into your wallet. Here in Canada, we have a way of paying your bills and stuff with what's it called? Bills, Bills. It's spelled, and you can actually take your Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash, and you get your bill, and you can pay the crypto for the amount of the bill, maybe a little extra for their service, and you can pay all your bills. You can pay off your credit cards with that. So there's probably a service around you, wherever you're living, that does similar things. Okay. Um, I know there's a few other ones that I've heard of that you can pay all your bills with crypto. And you can pay off your bit or your credit card and use it, uh, especially even if CBDCs are going to be a thing. Okay, hope that helps you out. Hi, Andre. Do you see a dip in Bitcoin in the next 2 weeks? Yes. How low can it go now in USD? 18, 19,000. I see off the top of my head. Uh, like I had said previously, it's going to be fluctuating all over the place for the next little while as we're going through this banking crisis. Okay, so get your cowboy hat and ride that Bronco. And don't worry so much about it. Buy it, sit on it, and wait till the dust settles. No need to be afraid. Okay? If it's on a Trezor or a Ledger Nano, even better. Hopefully that helps you out. Is First Republic Bank going to be okay and go back to its price at $90? I don't know. Let's have a check. Banks are going to be all over the place. There's a couple more that are signaling that they're in trouble. I think they're going to be okay overall. I think they're going to be bought out by a bigger entity. So there may be a little bit of a delay. So if you have all your cash stuck in there, uh, it may take a little while to get everything back up and running. Um, but I do, the first thing I saw in the cards is they are going to be bought out by a bigger entity. The $90 price tag, I'm not sure what that's referring to. Maybe it's their own stock or something. That will probably go down, and probably not go up for some time, even after it's been bought. But you can do transaction stuff because the Federal Reserve will come in and bail them out again, which is not a good thing. Should not have all your cash in one spot. Okay, just FYI. Okay, thank you for that. It's dark. We are going to have water issues here in the UK. Okay, it's a statement.
Are we?
Oh, are we? Oh, yeah, you are in the UK. Yeah. They'll have rumors of issues, but I think they're going to be changing their mind and they're going to be taking an abrupt change of their idea. I just saw a bunch of baseball bats flying past my field of vision. Uh, Basically, everybody to the water treatment plant. That sort of thing. Especially when you're doing that sort of thing. Um, that's when people get really violent. That's why I saw a bunch of baseball bats floating by. Um, Not that I say to do violence, but it probably could be a thing. And I think it would stop many of those people from doing it. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Can we get a reading on a coin called Iron Fish? I'm thinking this is just a trader's coin, not really a long-term hold. uh, Usually when it comes from dark, it's usually a trading coin. Uh, I do see it fluctuating madly in the next little while, which is perfect for a trader. Probably not one that's for a long-term hold, but it is going to be fluctuating with the price of everything else as we will. Um, and the cards are representing that it's going to go whoop, 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 all over the place. So hopefully you got your cowboy hat and your spurs because it's going to be bucking wildly like a bronco. So you can trade that difference, right? Um, Things like this are great for traders because they rely upon that up and down to make their money. They need it. So money is made in the basic terms of trading. Okay? Um, People that are involved in it, they're having a good time. I think they're going to be doing all the right things. It's not a coin that's going to disappear in anytime soon, but it's going to be a coin that's going to be moving. Um, it's going to be one that people enjoy doing little trade thing or big trades. Um, and yeah, it's the general feeling that I'm getting with this one. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Big swing trades. Will Star Atlas be around 5 years from now? $10 US. Sorry, just try. It's okay. I was thinking that the time change may be throwing off some people. We had our time change the other day. So it is almost spring. With the 30th, something like that here in Canada. First day of spring. A lot of issues with Star Atlas, I think I keep picking up. It'll be around in some form, but I don't think it's going to be the super duper one that everybody was thinking it was going to be. Lots of confusion. Some money to be made from it. I think it will get that $10 mark, but I don't see it really carrying on beyond that certain point. Um, and I do see a lot of people walking away from in time within that 5 year period. They'll probably just move on to other things. Even though it will still be around, I think there'll be other more shinier objects that people will go to. Okay. Hopefully that'll answer your question.
One last one.
I haven't heard much from Brave. Can you do a recap, please? I haven't looked at it for quite some time. I do have it where I'm registered. You can donate to me. What that is if you're watching this on YouTube and you have BAT integrated, you can actually give me tokens through that BAT. But I haven't received anything. So I don't know if it actually works. Probably does. Basic attention token. Okay. I think it's still going to be a thing. It's kind of like red coin back in the day. They're still around. I don't think anybody uses it. But I still think it's going to be in use. It's still going to be a viable coin. Still one of the top coins of its type within the rankings. I think people have just lost interest in it, but I do think it's going to be coming back around. Okay, so in the next year or so, I think they're going to do a revamp and actually make it more user friendly and more promotions for people that aren't into it, and that'll bring the price back up. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. If you're on BAT, you send me some Dogecoin or something. Okay, for next Sunday's show, make sure you come on out. We got our homework. You can draw pretty little pictures, just like the wife did. Black cat guy with a gun, which is to do with the what was it? The pentagram. She said White House, and it was the Pentagon. Thank you. So very, very, very fitting for that organization. Anyway, that'll be this Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come on out. Saturdays we have our horoscope readings, so make sure you come out to that as well. Just a reminder, we do lives here on Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. Central, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark it down on your calendar. If you like to, wow, my new apps that I put on the thing are doing all kinds of wonderful things. If you like a personal reading with me, make sure you go to secondreadingboundary.com. All that information is there. If you like a personal healing with the wife, she's our Reiki master. Ooh, she does very good work. So make sure you go to secondreadingboundary.com. And on the bottom, your healing with Yvonne, all that information is there as well. I think that's it. Oh, if you like to protect your cryptocurrencies in the best possible way, not on an exchange, and don't leave your money, everything in the bank. This is for entertainment purposes only. Uh, make sure you go to our secretary.com where you can pick up the Treasure cryptocurrency wallet, and all that information is there. If you should happen to purchase a Treasure wallet from us, make sure that you know that we make a bit of money from that purchase. Okay, so hopefully that's everything. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future. Bye bye.